Hello and once again welcome back to another video. So in this one we've had a customer ring us up asking us to do a dig up as soon as possible. Now we couldn't really fit it in. They've begged and begged us just to bodge it, do whatever we can to get it running until we can attend on Monday and do a proper job of it. So that's what we're going to do. And also we have some blocked urinals. We've got two different lots and they're both on the site. So if you like this video, please leave a like. If you could leave a comment, that'd be brilliant. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you.
If you like this video, give a thumbs up and make sure to hit subscribe at the end.
Okay, so it's currently Friday, and I've just realised I said Monday in the intro. It's not, it's Wednesday we're going to be digging this one up. Now, basically, the builders have had to go themselves, and then kind of panicked because this clay pipes broke off, and they didn't really know what to do, so they called us in, wanted an expert. Yeah, because we can't do a proper job of it till Wednesday, we just don't have the time to do it. I'm gonna do the best I can with it, just bodge it just so the customer can use their toilet until we can do a proper job of it. It's one of those, I wanted to just fix it whilst I was here, but we just couldn't get the time to do it. So basically at this one, they've been doing some internal work at the house, and yeah, there's a plastic pipe sticking up, like stack pipe. There's toilets and kitchen sinks and all sorts coming down it. There's also this assortment of waste pipes and stuff. Now, the only thing they're worried about is obviously this is the customer's only toilet. So basically they want it just so the customer can use that toilet without this whole flooding with sewage. The problem is, when they've done this, they've also managed to block the pipe, so we're going to have to do a bit of jetting to get that clear as well. Okay, so I've been told that this sewage pipe runs back under the building, so I'm just going to try and get some of this mud and sewage out the way, and we'll see if we can expose that pipework and see what's actually going on. The plus side to this, I know what to expect when I come back to this on Wednesday. Now, this stuff was just so wet and sewagey, the jug actually come in handy. It was just easier to get it out this way. So I managed to find the pipe that I need to jet and what I need to connect to over in this corner. Now it's really off centre with the stack pipe coming down. You'll see this a bit better in a second. So the good news is I found the pipe coming off the gully just down here. Right here. So I now think that this isn't running under the house, which is going to make the repair a lot easier. I also think this bend is coming in this direction, and that's the pipe there. So, at least I'm not digging back towards the house, which is a good thing. Now, this is all the stuff I've dug out, and I've exposed it a bit more, and you can see a nice Y junction. So what I think I'm going to do next week is if I cut the concrete out back towards under where I am, I can get a nice connection on the straight pipe, and then we'll put a new gully in and we'll run a new rest bend up to that stack. Now, did anyone else think that was an electric cable or a water pipe or something? Because that's what I thought when I first come here, so that makes it a bit easier that it was just a metal bar in the ground. So just to give you another view of that why, now this bit will be going, we'll find the pipe back under where the camera is, and we'll replace it. So I'm just going to give it a little plunge, just on the off chance I can clear it that way. I'm not too hopeful I can, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so they don't have an external tap. Luckily, I've got a handy little fit-in that'll fit onto the bottom of this mixer tap. So I'm just going to carefully screw that in, and we'll get the jetter connected up to this tap. So with this van I got a nice selection of jets, but what I think we're going to use is the spare jet because it pretty much clears everything. It's got some nice forward facers, 3 on the front, 3 on the back. That middle one's a blanking plate. So we're going to go with that, and we'll probably go with about 2000 psi. So as you can see, as I'm jetting, it's just filling the hole up. I'm also struggling to get this hose down the pipe. I think it's the knuckle struggling to go around the T. So I ran out of water, so what I did was waited for it to fill up a bit more, and then I've put it back on, and this time we're going to go for a bit of a higher pressure and see if that gets us any further. So the thing is, even though I'm going to be digging this drain up on Wednesday, I need to get it clear anyway. I need to know that it runs before we make a connection onto it. And there's no point doing a temporary connection if it's got nowhere to get them. So once again, I've ran out of water, so let's switch the jetter back off. And what I think we're going to do is use my brand new light leader hose, which is a bit smaller, and we're going to put a forward facer on and give it another go. And as you can see, it was a lot easier to feed the hose down even with the jetter switched off. So I've only done the fitting on the leader hose hand tight, and as you can see, it's leaking like a sieve.
What was that, sorry? You can hear it.
So I kept jetting, and eventually the water level did drop.
Thought I was getting somewhere then. I'm getting somewhere in a minute. Oh, that's gone. There, done that.
Okay, so firstly, remember this is going to be a temporary repair. So what I think I'm going to do is just break out a little bit of this pipe just so we can get a straighter connection onto it. And then what we're going to do is slot a flexi pan connector into it. Remember, it's temporary. I wouldn't never leave this as a fixed permanent job. But I'm going to slot that into it and then connect a bit of pipe up just to keep it running over the weekend. Now, it's not a perfect job. The problem is with this one is the clay pipe isn't straight with the plastic stack above. It's off centre. So, yeah, it's one of those. I just had to get it done with the time I had. Now, the thing is, if I had the choice, I would have just done the permanent repair whilst I was here, but I had a stack of other jobs to do after this. I'd say it was literally, it was done as a favour. Okay, so what's going to happen is this is going to slot in there like that somehow. Remember, temporary. It's not staying like that. And then we'll then make the connection onto the stack. That should be enough just to keep it running for now. Now, I also don't like swivel connections. Now, the one at the top, you can swivel round to whatever angle you want it to be. Now, the thing with these, I've seen from experience from digging up pipes that have used these fittings, that they do break fairly easily. But for this job, it'll work until I come back and repair it properly. Okay, so I'm just going to chuck a few chip-ins in the bottom just to stop it moving as they're flushing the toilet. So we'll come back to that one hopefully in the next video. If not, it'll be the video after. Obviously I've not done it yet at this point as I'm making this one, so but yeah, it'll probably be the next one and the next one after that. So let's go on and do some urinals. Now I've got two lots to do and they're both at the same site. Okay, so this is the site that have waterless urinals, which is an awful idea. Also, they've got this pipe here that is known to run uphill before joining the waste pipe behind the toilets. Now, the thing with waterless urinals is rather than getting a hard scout, you end up with this horrible sludge in the pipework. So let's start by getting our machine in the pipe and giving it a good machine throw. So I'm just going to chuck a little jug of water down a sink that is in the disabled toilet next to this one. Now remember, this pipe does have a backfill on it. So the left hand one's obviously still blocked, that's probably blocked in the trap, but let's chuck a bit of water down the other ones just to flush that pipe through. So we're going to get the screwdriver in there and give this trap a good scrape round. Now this trap was a very tight fit to get back in. And once I did get it on, I realised the other bit was cross-threaded, but eventually I got the trap on enough to test it. And turns out it's still blocked. Now, it can only be blocked on the 90 bend down to the main line because all the other urinals are running. So annoyingly, I've got to take the trap back off. So let's put our machine down around that 90 bend. So then I put the trap back on and then we're going to give it a good flow test. Okay, so it's right at the end of the day, the cleaners are due in, but I'm just going to give it a bit of a wipe over just so it's not too bad for them. So here we are, still on the same site. Now the nice thing is, over this side it looks like we've only got one blocked urinal and it's the left hand urinal. As always, it's the furthest away from the door. So let's get the trap off and see what we've got. Okay, so let's start by pulling the centre out, which, as you can tell, is pretty clogged up. Now, this is meant to have like a green gel in. Again, they're waterless. It looks like these centres are overdue being changed. So I'll go back to the people we're working for and let them know, and they can get the people that deal with that because we don't have the contract for that bit. Then it's time to give the trap a good scrape. So let's give it a test. And as you can see, it's running lovely. So thanks for joining me this Friday. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you could leave a comment, that'd be brilliant. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. If you want to as well, you can become a member. You can see some of my upcoming videos a bit early. You don't have to. I'm not going to keep going on about it. But if you want to, you can. The option's there. And yeah, make sure you're subscribed. And we'll be going back to the dig up job either in the next video or the one after, depending how much content I get between now and then. But yeah, thanks for watching once again, and yeah, see you next time.
Please like and subscribe and leave a comment.